Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd of 2020. My name is Fran Kelleher, Vice Chair of the Housing Opportunities Commission. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this public hearing regarding proposed changes to the administrative plan. The Housing Opportunities Commission of Montgomery County has developed proposed revisions and new additions for its administrative plan for the Housing Choice Voucher Program. The administrative plan defines and describes the policies for the operation of HOC's Housing Choice Voucher Program. These revisions will go into effect following approval by HOC's full commission. In accordance with federal regulations which require the creation of the administrative plan, the changes to these documents require an public notification of 30 days for comments prior to approval of HOC's commission. This hearing serves as culmination of this public comment period, allowing residents, community members, and others to have the opportunity to voice their opinions on HOC's proposed revisions to its administrative plan. On October 30th, 2020, HOC published a notice in the Washington Post, and here is a copy of the notice from the Washington Post, and published on our website that we had made available a draft of the proposed revisions and new additions to the administrative plan, along with instructions on how the public could provide comments. The draft document has been available for review on HOC's website since that time. Staff also met with the Resident Advisory Board to discuss the plan on November 16th of 2020. We will receive RAB's approval prior to adoption of the final changes. At a subsequent meeting, the Commission will consider these proposed revisions as a full commission. Briefly, the proposed changes to HOC's administrative plan are as follows. In HUD's notice, PIH 2017-21, public housing agencies nationwide were provided with new guidance regarding the project-based voucher program. In particular, HUD redefined the project-based voucher program cap, project cap, contract term, and contract extensions. Accordingly, HOC is proposing revisions to Chapter 22 of its administrative plan, which deals with the housing project-based voucher program. The Commission and staff of HOC look forward to continuing to work with the public to ensure that HOC satisfies its affordable housing goals. At this point, I would like to introduce Lynn Hayes from HOC's staff to describe the changes to the administrative plan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. For the record, I'm Lynn Hayes, the Director of the Housing Resources Division. The proposed changes to the administrative plan include implementing provisions of HUD PIH Notice 2017-21 regarding the project-based voucher program. Specifically, the project-based voucher program size cap is now based on 20% of authorized units in our program baseline in lieu of 20% of our annual budget authority. The program cap can be increased by an additional 10% of our program baseline above the 20% program limit for exception categories. Exception categories include units under contract on or after April 18, 2017, specifically providing supportive services to the elderly or disabled families, or units specifically serving homeless or veteran families. Units in low poverty areas with a poverty rate of 20% or less also qualify as exception units. The income mixing requirement for an individual project is now the greater of 25 units per project or 25% of the units in a project. If the property is located in a census tract with a poverty rate of 20% or less, The income mixing requirement can be increased to the greater of 25 units or 40% of the units in a project. The initial term of the housing assistance payment contract has increased from a maximum of 15 years to a maximum of 20 years. And lastly, the term of the housing assistance payment contract extension has increased from a maximum of 15 years to a maximum of 20 years. These modifications to the administrative plan are required to ensure project-based voucher program compliance with the federal regulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. For the record, I would also like to introduce my fellow commissioners who are available at the public hearing today. We have Chair Roy Priest. We have Commissioners Rick Nelson and Jeff Moskowitz. And are there any other commissioners on the Zoom call today whose pictures I may not see at the moment? Okay, great. There have been no written comments received from our notifications that we made, and no witnesses asked specifically to be heard today. Is there anyone else from the public who is on the call who would like to address these changes to Chapter 22 of our administrative plan? Hearing none, then I will consider the public hearing to be complete and the record, which has been open since October 30th of 2020, is now closed. There being no other business at this time, this public hearing is now concluded. Thank you all